All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive
Yeah.
into some really cool stuff out there on the internet.
Mm.
Today, we are going to be talking about mobile gaming.
Okay.
We are going to be looking at a video from the Game On 2048 channel.
Cool.
And basically, what they did in this video is they took two super popular games.
Yeah.
You know, the kind that just suck you right in and you can't put them down.
Yeah.
2048 and Number Master.
Okay.
And they kind of like mashed them up into one game.
Uh-huh.
So just imagine like your little number is like racing through this crazy course.
Uh-huh.
It's merging with other numbers to like get bigger and bigger.
Okay.
And there's all these obstacles and crazy paths in the way.
That's awesome.
So we're going to talk about like the strategy behind merging those risky moves. We're like, should I go for it or not?
Yeah.
And there's even this moment where it all goes hilariously wrong. So let's get into it.
Let's do it.
So for people who haven't played these games, like what are we even talking about?
Yeah, so basically you've got this ball or a number, right? And it's moving along a path.
Okay.
And when it bumps into another ball or number with the same value,
Right.
they merge together and they become this like bigger number.
Okay, cool.
And that's like the really basic idea.
Got it.
But you know what's so cool about it? It's simple, but it like totally sucks you in.
Right.
At first, it's like super easy, like you don't have to think about it.
Yeah, like you're just on autopilot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then as your number gets bigger and bigger, the decisions get like way more complicated.
Okay.
You have to think like, okay, should I merge with this number now?
Right.
Or is there like a better merge?
Ooh, that's tricky.
And then there's the obstacle.
Oh, yes.
So you got to decide like, do I take a risk to get a bigger merge?
Yeah, like risk running into something.
Exactly. Or play it safe and maybe miss out on some growth.
Yeah, I feel like I've had that feeling in like a racing game.
Oh, totally.
You know, where there's like a shortcut that could send you flying off the track.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And that's like a key part of game design. You know,
Yeah.
it's all about like balancing skill and chance. Like think about Tetris or Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Those games are so addictive because they keep you guessing.
That makes sense.
Like you never know exactly what's going to happen next.
So that's what makes it so engaging.
Exactly. You're on the edge of your seat the whole time. So in this video,
Yeah.
there's this one moment where the player has to make a really tough call.
Okay.
They can take this narrow path
Huh.
with a multiplier that could triple their number.
Whoa. Okay.
But there's a huge risk of hitting an obstacle.
Right.
Or they can play it safe and take the wider path.
So like, what do?
Well, it's tough. They gotta weigh the risks and the rewards. It's like
Yeah.
strategic decision making on the fly.
That's cool.
It is. And moments like that really show how these games are more than just mindless tapping, you know?
They're actually thinking ahead. You're planning. You're adapting.
That's cool.
And then of course there's that part where
Where it all goes wrong.
yeah.
Yeah, what happens?
So they misjudge a turn
Um,
and they slam right into an obstacle.
um,
It wipes out like a ton of the progress.
so frustrating.
But you know what's cool is how they react.
What do?
They just laugh it off. And they immediately start planning how to make a comeback.
So they don't get discouraged?
Not at all. And that shows another cool thing about these games.
Okay, what's that?
They teach you to be resilient.
Oh, wow.
Like you learn to adapt to setbacks and find new ways to succeed.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah. It's like a mini life lesson right there in your phone.
So we've been talking about all this stuff in the game, but it makes me think like these ideas of merging and navigating obstacles,
Yeah.
they're not just limited to games, are they?
Absolutely not. Like we face these kinds of challenges in real life all the time.
Totally.
I mean, we have to combine resources,
Right.
make strategic decisions with not enough information,
Exactly.
and figure out what to do when things don't go as planned.
Like life is one big obstacle course sometimes.
Uh-huh. That's a good way to put it.
Right. And there's always an element of chance, too.
Oh, yeah. That's it.
You could be working on a project at work,
Uh-huh.
and then suddenly the client changes their mind.
Oh, that's the
Or a
worst.
key person on your team gets sick.
Yeah. You never know what's going to happen.
Exactly. So you always have to be ready to adjust.
That's so true.
And maybe that's why these games are so popular.
Oh, maybe.
They're like practice for real life.
Right.
They teach us how to think strategically, how to be flexible,
Yeah.
and how to bounce back from setbacks.
Whoa. I never thought of it that way.
It's pretty cool, huh?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we started with merging numbers in a game.
There.
And now we're talking about like managing projects, dealing with like curveballs.
It's all connected. Yeah, it's funny how these things come full circle.
So I guess what we've learned today is
Yeah,
even simple games can teach us valuable stuff
totally.
and maybe even prepare us for the challenges of the real world.
I think so.
Food for thought.
Yeah.
Next time you're faced with a tough decision,
Mhm.
ask yourself, what would a number master player do?
Uh-huh. Love it.
That's a good one. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, everyone.
Yeah,